Yes, now we'll discuss about the anatomy of lungs. Here you can see this is position of trachea. This is trachea. This is right bronchus. This is left bronchus. These are tracheal rings made of hyaline cartilage. These are two right and left principal bronchus. This is right and this is left. And here is position of lung. This is lung root. This is position of the right lung. And here this is root. Here is a notch. This is left lung. This is left lung. Here is a this is right lung, this is left lung. So lungs are deal of respiratory organ situated in the thoracic cavity. Its texture is spongy and its color is brown or grey color. But due to deposition of the carbon particle, this color may be black. If you see the features of the lung, for seeing the features, the transverse section, if you cut a transverse section of the lung, you will find this is thoracic cavity and here is position of this position of the lung. If you put transverse section, you will find this is lung tissue, and as you know, lung is covered by pleura. So here is the root of the lung, and this is pleura, pulmonary pleura, which is firmly adherent with the surface of the lung, and from root it reflects and forms the parietal pleura. So this is parietal pleura. Here is parietal pleura. And also here you can see these are the two recesses on each side. This is costo-mediastinal recess. Here also you can see this is covered by pleura. Outer layer is parietal pleura and inner is visceral or pulmonary pleura. This is this turns on the surface, it forms the visceral pleura. So at root, the visceral and parietal pleura both become continuous with each other. And between these two there is space known as pleural cavity, in which there is sometimes there is fluid, that is pleural fluid. Sometimes excessive fluid is accumulated, then known as pleural effusion or hydrothorax. So these are the lungs. If you cut transverse section of thoracic region, you will find this. For external feature, you can see it has apex, it has base, it has three surfaces, three borders, it has two surfaces, it has two or three lobes, it has fissures, one or two fissures, so apex. So this is apex. Apex is this upper conical part. If you see the position of the clavicle, here lies clavicle, here will be the clavicle. So from medial part of the clavicle, medial 1/3 part of the clavicle, it is about 2.5 centimeter above the clavicle. From medial side, medial part. This clavicle may be here. So this is medial 1/3 part, and above apex lies above the medial 1/3 part of the clavicle. And this part is rated with here one is transverse passage of C7, and here is position of this is position of the first, this is first rib, and as you know from this is here rib lies, the rib is connected, this is T1. So here lies C7. From C7 is transverse passage to the margin of rib. Here is a membrane, this is known as suprapleural membrane. Suprapleural membrane. Also known as Simpson's fascia. This is Simpson's fascia. And here is also impression of the subclavian artery. So here is also impression of the subclavian artery. If you make here on the diagram, here is position of the first rib. This is first rib. Here is pubis, and here is position of the position of the subclavian artery. Subclavian artery. And as you know, here is scalenus anterior attached. This is scalenus anterior muscle. Scalenus anterior attached here. So this is subclavian artery, and here is subclavian vein. Subclavian vein. So subclavian artery and vein is related with this. And also here is on left side thoracic duct also related to this. Pass like this, and here this at the junction of subclavian vein and internal jugular vein. So from here there is internal jugular vein at this junction. So this thoracic duct meet with this vein, subclavian and internal jugular vein, at junction of this. So on left side, the thoracic duct is also related. So these structures are related with the apex. And base, this is base. Here you can see this part is base. This is base. And this base rests on the dome of the diaphragm. On the right side, the right dome of the diaphragm, left side, left dome of the diaphragm. So it is related to the diaphragm. And it has three borders. Here you can see this is anterior border. This is anterior border. On the right side, anterior border is straight. In this diagram, here is anterior border. This is anterior border. So anterior border is sharp and straight on the right side, and on left side, upper part straight, and at the level of, this is level of fourth rib, fourth costal cartilage. Here is fourth costal cartilage lies. So level of fourth costal cartilage, it curved and formed a notch. This is cardiac notch. This is cardiac notch. So cardiac notch is formed. So in upper part it is straight and lower part is curved, formed a notch. This is anterior border. Now inferior border. This border is inferior border. This border is inferior border. So anterior border, inferior border, and posterior border. Posterior border, if you see this will be posterior border. If it lies on posterior side, it will be lying like this. So it will be posterior border. Here in this diagram, this will be posterior border. This is posterior border. So here you can see posterior border is ill-defined. Anterior border is very sharp, and posterior border is ill-defined. It is not very clear. Posterior border. And posterior border extends from spine of C7 to spine of T10. Spine of C7 to spine of T10 level. So this posterior border extends. Now it has two surfaces. One surface which is related with the ribs, that is costal surface. Here, as you know, these ribs are present. Here ribs are present in the wall, thoracic wall. So this water, lateral water, or the costal water. Lateral or costal surface. This surface is lateral surface from here to here, from anterior border to posterior border. if you see from this level and from this level, this part, this, from here to here, this is costal surface or lateral surface, costal or lateral surface. And from here on the medial side, this is medial surface, and this medial surface is divided into posterior part and anterior part. Posterior part is related to the vertebra. Here lies vertebra. Here is position of the vertebra. So this part is related to vertebra. That's why this posterior part is vertebral part. So it has two surfaces, lateral surface and medial surface. Lateral surface is known as costal surface because it is related with the ribs and costal cartilages, costal surface. And medial surface is again divided. Medial surface is divided into vertebral part. Posterior part is vertebral part because it is related with the vertebra. And anterior part, this part here, this part is mediastinal part. It is related to the mediastinal part. So it has two surfaces, lateral and medial surface. Lateral surface is costal surface and medial surface is divided to vertebral and mediastinal surface. So it has these surfaces. Now fissures. This lung is divided by fissures. The oblique fissure present in both the lung, and this is position the oblique fissure. If you see, oblique fissure start from posterior border. Here you can see this dotted line. It forms posterior border. So it starts from here and reaches here like this. So an anterior surface is like this. And posterior surface is like dotted. So this is posterior border. So it cut posterior border about 6 centimeter below the apex. So it cuts the posterior border about 6 centimeter below the apex. So it cuts below the apex, about 6 centimeter below the apex. And direction, it is directed downward and anteriorly. Downward and anteriorly. From posterior to anterior side. So here, this is anterior side. So same thing is here. So posterior border, here posterior border. So this oblique line cuts posterior border about 6 centimeter below the apex. And inferiorly, this border lies about 5 centimeter from medial plane. It cuts the inferior border about 5 centimeter from the medial plane. 5 centimeter from medial plane. So this is inferior border. It cuts the inferior border about 5 centimeter from medial plane. So यहाँ from here to here. This oblique fissure cuts whole thickness of the lung except the hilum or root of the lung. So except root of lung, it cuts whole thickness. By this, it is divided into upper lobe and lower lobe. So two lobes on the left side. And on the right side, there is another horizontal fissure. Horizontal fissure you can see here. This is anterior border. It cuts anterior border at level of fourth rib or fourth costal cartilage. This is fourth costal cartilage level. It cuts anterior border and it joins with the oblique fissure at the mid-axillary line. So this line here, mid-axillary line, so it joins the mid-axillary line. By this, the right lung is divided into three lobes: upper lobe, middle lobe, and this is lower lobe. Okay. On the left side, upper lobe, lower lobe. On left side here, this upper lobe has one projection. This is lingula. This projection is lingula. This lingula is corresponding with the middle lobe of the right side. This is corresponding with the middle lobe of the right side. This is lingula. This projection is lingula. So you have seen all the features and relations of the almost all surface except this medial surface, mediastinal surface. So we'll see now the mediastinal surface. Here is lung. If you turn this right lung like this, you will see here is position of the lung. This is right lung, this is left lung. If you turn to lateral side like this, you will see this is right lung. Here is medial surface, and medial surface from here you can see here is position of here lies vertebra, and this is level of C7 spine to T10 spine level. And these vertebra and intervertebral disc are related. This part is this medial surface. This is vertebral part of the medial surface. Now rest part from here to here. This is mediastinum. So this rest part is mediastinum. So here you can see here is position of this is position of esophagus. This is esophagus, a tubular structure. This is esophagus. And here lies this is the root of the lung. The root of the lung are hilum here. And another thing, here is position of the trachea. This is position of the trachea. And here is superior vena cava. This is superior vena cava. Here lies inferior vena cava. And here is position of the right atrium. This is right atrium of the lung. And here is position of the ascending aorta. Ascending aorta. Now nerve, one another vein, very important vein. This is subclavian vein. Sorry, this is agis vein. So this is agis vein. This is agis vein. Opens into the superior vena cava. This is superior vena cava. This is inferior vena cava. This agis vein opened into superior vena cava. And as you know, this agis vein arch, forms an arch. It arcs over the root of the lung and joins with this. It arcs over the root of the lung and joins with the superior vena cava. So this is agis vein. This vein is agis vein. And nerves, here is a right phrenic nerve. This is right phrenic nerve. Right phrenic nerve. This is right phrenic nerve. And the nerve here. Here lies right vagus. So this is right vagus and right phrenic nerve. So these are the impressions present on the medial side of the right lung. If you see the root of the right lung, here is the root of the right lung. If you enlarge this root, this fold is pulmonary ligament from here to here. In this there is two pulmonary veins. Pulmonary vein, two pulmonary veins. These veins carry oxygenated blood. That's why red in color. Two pulmonary veins. Then there is one pulmonary artery, and that's it. On the right side, epiarterial and hyparterial bronchus. So bronchus is divided into epiarterial and hyparterial. So pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery, epiarterial and hyparterial bronchus. And here, anterior and posterior pulmonary plexus. Anterior and posterior pulmonary plexus. This pulmonary plexus has so this is pulmonary plexus. Parasympathetic and sympathetic fibers are here. Sympathetic fibers comes from the T2 to T5 segment, and parasympathetic fibers comes to the venous. And the thing, here is bronchial artery. On the right side there is one bronchial artery and one bronchial accompanying vein. So bronchial artery and bronchial vein. So bronchial artery and vein give supply to the tissue of the lung. And here lies loose connective tissue. So here lies alveolar tissue. Alveolar tissue, loose connective tissue. And also here, lymphatic vessels are present. And bronchopulmonary lymph nodes may present here. So this is root of the lung of the right side. So now you can see the medial surface of the left lung. If you turn left lung, you will find here is position of the left lung. Left lung. Here, as you know, from this is this part, vertebral part, where impression of the vertebra and intervertebral disc. And here lies position of this is root of the lung. This is root of the lung, and here is position of aorta. This is aorta, and its branches. Here are common carotid and subclavian branches. This is arch of aorta, descending aorta, and here is another impression. This is impression of esophagus. So, impression of esophagus is on both lung. Here you have seen in right lung and left lung. And here is left superior intercostal vein. So, left superior intercostal vein. Left superior intercostal vein lies here. And nerves, if you see the nerves, here is position of, this is left phrenic nerve, and here lies the impression of the cardiac impression, that is impression of the left ventricle on the left side. This is impression of the left ventricle. So this is left vagus, left phrenic nerve. This is right phrenic, this is left phrenic nerve, and left vagus lies here. Left vagus lies here, and here left recurrent laryngeal nerve lies. So this is left recurrent laryngeal nerve. Left recurrent laryngeal nerve. On the right side, this nerve is not present up to this level. It lies above this level. So, in right side is not related to this. On left side, there is impression of left recurrent laryngeal nerve. On the right side, there is no such type of nerve impression is present. Now you can see here, so these are relations. Now you see this is root of the lung. If you see the root of the lung, here you can see this is a root of the lung. Here two pulmonary vein, one pulmonary artery, and here is bronchial artery, two bronchial artery and bronchial vein, and another thing, here is one bronchus, and here is anterior and posterior pulmonary plexus. Here lies loose connective tissue and lymphatic channels and some lymph nodes, bronchopulmonary lymph nodes. So this is root of the left lung. Nerve supply, as you know, is vagus and sympathetic by T2 to T5 segments. Arterial supply by these bronchial artery, which gives supply the tissue, and venous area by bronchial veins. Lymphatics. Here superficial and deep lymphatics are present. Superficial lymphatics lie just below this visceral layer. It lies just below the visceral layer. Here is visceral layer, just below the visceral layer. And here lymphatic runs just below the visceral layer. These are the superficial lymphatics, and it drains into the lymph node lies here. Here is bronchopulmonary lymph node, and there are the deep lymphatics, so it is present in this substance of the lung, and it also drains into the bronchopulmonary lymph nodes. So these are the lymphatic drainage of the lung. So this is all about the anatomy of the lungs.